If you are looking for a nice trimmer that may have the power and quality that professional barber shops or professional hair stylist shops have, this brief video is for you. Also, if you have just been looking for a trimmer that may be light and still have the zero gapping abilities and the precision that you may have been needing, this brief video is for you as well. This brief video will be a brief review of the Featured GAMMA Protege Trimmer. There are links provided at the bottom, in the description of this featured video, that will take you to the official page that you see on your screen here. If at any time, you would like to visit the official page that you see on your screen for yourself and take a look at the information more in depth, or if you would just like to follow along with us on your own, all that you have to do is just click on the links provided below, to be taken to the official page, for the Featured GAMMA Protege Trimmer. Now, there is much information on the page that you see on your screen. In this brief video, we will go over and touch on the points and portions of the page that we feel will be of most interest to you. One thing to note here, is that the information that you are seeing here, is what is current at the recording of this particular video, as far as the number of reviews and testimonials, which may have changed after this particular recording. Remember to click on the links below in the description to see the more updated numbers and information for yourself. So, one of the main points that we want to briefly go over here, which is, in our opinion, one of the main reasons we always want to do particular reviews on certain clippers and trimmers, the parts, the equipment, etc., are the current number of reviews and testimonials, and also the ratings from the actual customers who have purchased them. And as we can briefly see here, that out of a 5-star rating, the Featured GAMMA Protege Trimmer currently is getting a 4.3 out of a 5-star rating, which we feel is a pretty nice rating. And as you can briefly see here, that out of what is currently 79 actual customers that have rated it, most were satisfied and gave it a 5-star rating. And we feel that you should really look into the ratings for yourself by clicking on the links that are provided below in the description. And what really caught our attention about the Featured hair trimmer is that currently 68% of the customers actually give it a 5-star rating, which we feel is pretty good as well, and is something to consider, and should give you a pretty good idea of how most of the customers feel, whether the Featured hair trimmer is worth it or not. Please note that from our research of the actual customer reviews, some of the main things that customers were impressed with was the fact that some said that they were impressed with the power of it. Some were very impressed with the fact that it has the ability to be zero gapped, which is a big thing, if you understand how to adjust clipper blades and make them sharper. Most barbers and stylists know what we mean when we talk about zero gapping ability. When it comes to trimmers and clippers, just take note of that. Another thing that we found interesting about the Featured trimmer, from what some customers have said about it, was the weight and the lightweight feel of it, and that it was powerful enough that they were satisfied with. Just take a look, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page here. Remember, the numbers that you see in this particular video may have changed after the recording of the video, as far as the number of reviews and testimonials, ratings, etc. Once again, be sure to click on the links below in the video description to take a more in-depth look at all of the information for yourself. So, in this portion of our brief video, we first want to briefly go over and touch on a few of the details from what the manufacturer has to say about the Featured hair trimmer. And as we can briefly see here, it is said to have a blade that is said to be fully adjustable, and this blade is said to have the ability to be zero gapped as well. Also, pay attention to here, where it says that it is said to have what is called a removable drop top option, and this is said to be for the skeleton style design for an operation that may be for making it cooler and the precision of it to be more enhanced. Also, we want you to pay attention to the runtime, and this Featured trimmer is said to have 4 hours of continuous runtime. Just take a look, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page here. So now, what we want to do here, is just briefly show you what the Featured cordless hair trimmer looks like here. Just briefly take a look as we briefly scroll through. You can briefly see here also, the way that it looks and the style of it as well. Also, you can take a look at the top that can be removed and the charger base as well. Also, you can see how it looks and fits into your hand. Also, as we can see here, there are other videos that you can take a look at for yourself, and these videos should give you a better idea of what this particular trimmer may be able to do for you. Just take a look, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page here. Once again, be sure to click on the links below in the video description to take a more in-depth look at all of the information for yourself. So here, as we can see, there are other videos that are presented on the page for you to see and take a better look at the Featured hair trimmer, so that you can get a better idea of it for yourself. Also, in this portion of our brief video here, we don't want to forget what we feel is one of the main points of the page, which is the customer questions and answers portion of the page here. And you can briefly take a look at some of the questions and concerns that customers have, and how these concerns are addressed as well. And also here, you can see that there are some customer reviews that have images and more featured here, in this portion of the page as well. Just briefly take a look here as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page. Once again, be sure to click on the links below in the video description to take a more in-depth look at all of the information for yourself. Now, make sure that when you get to the official webpage that you see on your screen by clicking on the links below in the video description, that you pay particular attention to all of the information that is presented on the page, to give you a better idea of what the featured hair trimmer may be able to do for you, and how you may be able to benefit from it as well. Also, make sure that you pay particular attention to the current ratings and reviews from actual customers, and you can also click on these to take a more in-depth look at all of them as well, when you get to the official page that you see here on your screen. Once again, we would like to thank you for watching our brief video review. If you have found that the information presented here in this video was helpful and insightful to you, be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Remember to click on the links below in the video description to go to the official webpage that you have seen on the screen in this video to get more information and see more, if you decide to choose the Featured GAMMA Protege Trimmer.